Hey guys, this is Abhishek from GadgetReviews.com and today we are going to do the quick unboxing and full review of Spice Stellar 520N, which is the latest smartphone launched from Spice. This phone is coming into the market and it is going to compete with the current phones which are being sold at a price of approximately 10,000 rupees. 10,000 is the MRP of this particular device. However, you can actually buy it for a lesser price. This phone comes with MediaTek 6582 1.3 GHz quad-core processor and you have 5-inch high definition display and Android 4.4 KitKat, and these are some of the USPs which we have on this phone. So the model number of this device is Spice Mi 520N, as you can see, and this is how it looks like. It will be available in all these colors including red, white, yellow, and then we have white again over there. Taking a look over the back side, we can see that we have some specifications for the phone mentioned, which includes Android 4.4 KitKat, which is coming preloaded on the phone, which is good. You have 5-inch of high definition display, and this is the 720p display which we have on this phone. We have 1.3 GHz quad-core processor, 2000 mAh battery. You have 8 GB of internal memory and 1 GB of RAM. You have dual SIM connectivity. Both of these SIM cards will support 3G. You have 8 megapixel camera at the back, which is an autofocus camera and can record high definition video. The 2 megapixel camera at the front is a fixed focus camera. You do have micro SD memory card slot as well to expand the storage of this phone, and these are all the apps which you will get preloaded on this phone, as you can see, which includes Opera Mini, Hungama, OLX, and some other application. You have Wi-Fi tethering, Bluetooth 3.0 is also there on this device, and then we have other details. So this is how the box look like. The box look decent, and over here we have some other options, like you can have red, yellow, or white panel for the back, and you can always replace that. So let's unbox this and take a look what we have inside the package. So going further inside, again I have already used this phone for approximately 24 hours before I'm doing this unboxing and review. So I have installed a couple of applications and I have already unboxed the package. As you can see, this is how the display look like. The display will get a lot of fingerprints over time, but it is kind of resistant to scratches. However, we do not have any kind of protection which is mentioned on the specification of this phone, so we are not aware whether it does have any protection. As far as display glass is concerned, we will confirm that later. This is how the phone look like from the back side. We have the red color panel. Again, the color profile of the phone can be changed with this panel at the back, which can be removed, and it is a glossy panel, as you can see, which will get a lot of fingerprints over time and scratches as well. And let's see if we have some thing inside as far as accessory is concerned to protect this. So we have 8 megapixel camera at the back, LED flash over there for low light photos, as well as you can use it as a torch. You have 3.5mm audio jack. You have micro USB port for data syncing and charging, and these two are at the top. And at the bottom we have nothing, no connectivity. On this side we have the power and sleep key and the volume rocker. Both of these are plastic buttons. They give decent amount of feedback and you can easily locate them. The loudspeaker is over here at the bottom, slightly on the curved part, so it will get muffled, but it will not get completely blocked if you place the device like this on a table, but the sound will get muffled. On the front we can see that we have these touch capacitive buttons which do have backlit LEDs as well, so you can see them. And on the top you have nice metallic earpiece below the glass. Here we have a 2 megapixel fixed focus camera, and you do have proximity and ambient light sensor as well on this device. So let's take a look what we have inside the package. So further going inside the package, we find a screen guard which comes within the package, which you can use. You have a user manual over there for this phone which tells you about the basic features, service center list. You have a warranty card, and you also have this additional back cover which they have supplied within the package. So the one which is already coming pre-installed is the red one, and the one which we get within the package is white. Again, all these colors for this device available will have glossy panels. So the white is also glossy, but it has a texturized kind of material over there, which I don't know whether you can see that, but I can see that with naked eyes. And here we have the headphones. You get in-ear headphones. We have tested these headphones, and the sound quality from these headphones is decent enough. Again, they are not too good in terms of the quality or the build quality, I would say, but they are decent in terms of the sound. The trebles are kind of high, the bass levels are kind of low. You have a module over there with which you can pick the calls. You have a mic over here, but there are no volume controls, and this is how audio lead look like. Here we have the charger, and the charger which we get within the package is a standard charger. It is a 1 ampere charger which you will get within the package of this phone. And then we have the micro USB cable for data syncing and charging. And then we have additional flip cover or additional back cover, I would say. So there is one more additional back cover which comes within the package, as you can see, and this is the one which is in yellow color, and this is also glossy, so this will also get fingerprints and scratches over time. But one more thing which is there inside the package, which is a kind of surprise, that is it also comes with a free flip cover within the package of this phone. So you get these 3 colors back cover within the package and a flip cover as well, which is a very good thing. This is how the flip cover look like. The flip cover actually comes in gray color, and it has very nice material which has been used at the inside for the flip part. And here we have not leather being used, but this is some kind of fabric which they have used, which is nice to feel and nice to basically hold in your hand. The back side again on the flip cover is again glossy, as you can see. This will also get a lot of fingerprints and scratches over time, but you have a lot of options as far as which flip cover you would like to, which flip cover or which back cover you would like to use with this phone. And these are all the things which we have inside the package of this phone. So let's take a look over the main device now, which is the Spice Stellar 520N. Now here we have the Spice Stellar 520N, and one thing which I can say about this phone as far as build quality is concerned, it is pretty decent in terms of the build quality and the material which has been used for the price it has been offered in the market. Again, the glossy back panel is something which I do not like. It could have been a matte finish back panel which could have made much more sense, and the grip of the phone would have been better with the matte finish back panel, which they have not supplied. But again, it is not a major issue. You can always put the flip cover on this device, and then you don't need to worry about all that. In terms of weight, this device does not weigh very heavy. It is kind of a light phone for a 5-inch display phone. The build quality is decent, and the overall form factor of the phone is good enough. The 5-inch display which it has, you can easily use the display with one hand most of the time. You might feel like holding this phone in 2 hands, especially to reach extreme part of the screen. The display clarity is also good. The kind of specification it has is something slightly better what you get on Android One phone. So if you actually talk about the Android One phone coming from Spice, again, that is Spice Dream Uno, so that one is coming for approximately 6,000 rupees, whereas this one is going to be slightly more in terms of the price. And you get a high definition display on this device. You have 5-inch of display. The display clarity is also better. The viewing angles are also better. The overall memory which you get inside, the inbuilt memory, is also more. So you get more things, especially in terms of what you need as a user in day-to-day usage on this phone as compared to an Android One phone. Let's take a look over the phone from the back side, and for that we just need to remove the back cover, which can easily come out, and it is again made up of thin quality of plastic, so nothing special here. And we have the battery, which is a 2000 mAh battery which we have on this phone. We have 2 SIM card slot over here. The first SIM card will accept a 3G SIM card, and you can use a normal size SIM card. You can use a normal size SIM card over here as well, and both of them will support 3G as per the information which we have on the box. And then we have the micro SD card for expansion, for memory expansion, so you can insert a micro SD memory card up to 32 GB on. Let's take a look of the software UI which is running on top of Android. Again, it is not the stock Android which you will get on this phone. It is a custom version of Android which is kind of responsive and smooth enough in terms of the overall usage and day-to-day performance as per what we have actually seen after using this device for 24 hours. So taking a look over the phone dialer, first of all I would like to show you the phone dialer and how you can make a call. Simply, you have a simple phone dialer which is kind of a stock Android phone dialer. When it comes to dialing a number, you can easily dial the number. And when it comes to video call, cellular video call is also supported on this phone, which is a very good thing. It is something which is needed by many people out there. We have the messaging application, which is kind of a stock Android messaging application, but the keyboard is not stock Android. And you have a custom keyboard which does give you the option of swipe to type, which is definitely a good option. And you also have the suggestions over there at the top, which you can always tap so that you can easily type much faster on this device with this. And the keyboard keys are pretty big in size, and you can easily type on this device with thick as well as with thin fingers. In case you face any issues, you can always type in the landscape mode as well. And whenever you tap on any of the keys, it does give you a pop-up. However, whenever you move the device in terms of orientation, it will take some time to adjust the keyboard. Let's take a look over the notification center. So this is how the notification center look like, which is kind of stock Android. We have these toggles over there, which are there for Wi-Fi, for battery, Bluetooth, location off toggle. You have airplane toggle as well. You do have support for automatic brightness as well on this phone, which is a good thing. And you also have a toggle over here for memory clear, so that you can clear up the RAM on this device in case you face any kind of UI lag on this phone, which is kind of less. Not major UI lag which you will experience on this phone. The overall performance is pretty decent, but if you face any UI lag, you can always use this toggle to clear up the RAM, and then the overall interface and the UI will be responsive. You do have the option of doing a wireless display. As you can see over there, you have a toggle over here as well for that. And let's take a look over the settings. Under settings, we should be able to figure out what version of Android it is running specifically. So it is running Android 4.4.2 KitKat, and you do have the option of updating the software version on this device over there. So over there updates are supported, OTA updates are supported on this phone. Let's take a look at the storage scenario. So on the storage front, they have actually segregated the partition or divided the partition basically into two parts. The first part is the internal storage, which is 3 GB, and out of this 3 GB, approximately 2.5 GB is something which you will get allocated for application which you can install. You have around 500 MB of application which will come pre-installed on this phone. You have this phone storage area which can be used by users for installing applications, for storing picture, videos and other data. So this is the user available area. So in total, you get approximately 5.5 GB on this device for user, for installing application, for storing picture, videos and other data. And one thing which I like is that you also have the option of changing the default write disk. So once you insert an SD card, you can actually change the default write disk. Apart from regular options, you also have the option of enhancing the overall quality of sound which you will hear from the headphones, and here you have the option for the same. Once you check this option, the overall quality of sound which you will hear from the headphones which come within the package will get better. And let's take a look at the display scenario. So we do have support for automatic brightness, as we already told you, and you can always set a wallpaper which could be a live wallpaper, which could be a video wallpaper or a static wallpaper, and you can select it from the gallery as well. Now here we have the current applications which are running on this phone, and out of 1 GB of RAM, you will get approximately 514 MB of RAM free on this device, which you can easily see over there, which is pretty decent. And for this device, with this much amount of RAM, you can play high definition games, and you can also install heavy application, and then you can run them without any issues. You also have support for GPS navigation, and once you turn on the location services, you can use this device for GPS navigation, and it works perfectly fine whenever you would like to use for GPS navigation, especially in outdoor. It does log the GPS coordinate. You also have support for tethering and portable Wi-Fi hotspot. So you can create a portable Wi-Fi hotspot once you insert the 3G SIM card either into the SIM card slot 1 or into the SIM card slot 2. You also have support for USB tethering, and Bluetooth tethering is also supported. As far as Wi-Fi Direct is concerned, Wi-Fi Direct and wireless display, both of these features are supported on this phone. Now here we have the hardware configuration for this phone. As you can see, the model number is Spice MI520N, and we have ARM V7 processor clocked at 1.3 GHz. It is a quad-core CPU, MediaTek 6582 chipset. And when we talk about the display resolution, it is 720x1280, which is pretty good. And you have Mali 400MP GPU on this device, which is also handling graphics pretty well. We have these sensors which include accelerometer, proximity sensor, light, orientation, and you also have magnetic field sensor as well on this device. Now here we have the camera interface on this phone, and as you can see, this is how it looks like. It is the MediaTek 6582 camera interface which we have seen earlier. Talking about tap to focus and autofocus, you do have that. So you can easily tap on the screen to focus on a specific subject, and it will also do the autofocus whenever required. So let's take a photo of these two subjects over there. I will take the photo of this panda first, and then I will take the photo of the car, and we will take these photos in artificial light, which we have as of now, and also without artificial light. So let me just take these photos again without the artificial light. Again, we are taking both of these photos in a room, and let me just take this photo again, and this one as well. Again, the camera interface is pretty okay, but the camera shutter is not very fast, and this is something which I have noticed. So let me just show you both of these photos one by one. So this is the one which has been captured without the artificial light. As you can see, the amount of details are kind of missing on this photo and it is not very clear, but the color production is decent and the photo overall is looking nice. Whereas the other one which has been taken with the artificial light for this Panda, as you can see, the amount of details are good and the color production is also nice. And when it comes to the car, when we took the photo of the car with artificial light, the photo came out to be good enough in terms of clarity as well as in terms of details. So especially this device can perform pretty good in daylight, and in low light you can expect a decent performance, not a great performance from this phone. Talking about the options, you do have the options over here which includes exposure. For photos you have zero shutter delay. You have also option of taking photos with voice. You have face detection, smile detection is also there, and then you have electronic image stabilization on this device. You can record high definition videos from the rear camera. You have a live photo mode, you have beautification mode as well, and you also have a panorama mode which is supported on this phone, which is good. And you do have support for HDR mode as well on this one. So let me just take a photo from the front camera to show you the performance of the front camera as well. So this is how the front camera look like, and let me just take a photo of mine. And I know I'm looking weird. So anyways, this is how the front camera will perform, especially when you have good amount of light falling on your face. You can take pretty good selfies from the front camera. It will also apply certain amount of beautification, and I would say the front camera is performing pretty good on this device and it is doing a pretty good job. And in terms of details, it is not that great but decent enough for a decent quality of video chat, but you cannot do a high definition video chat from this phone. On AnTuTu benchmark, we have got a score of 17648, but I would say these are just figures. In day-to-day usage, this device is responsive and I did not face any issues. One thing I do not like much is the custom UI which is running on top of Android. However, this UI is responsive most of the time, but it does give you slight amount of lag whenever you are using this device for heavy usage like gaming and watching high definition videos. In that case, you might experience slight amount of lag in the UI transition, but again, that is not a major problem. On Ninamark, we have got a score of 52.3 FPS, which is a pretty decent score for a device like this, and this device can handle high definition games. We have installed two games on this device. One is Temple Run Oozed, which is a casual game, and the other one is Asphalt 8, which is a high definition game. Again, this device can handle high definition games pretty effectively, and for these two games, with these two games basically, I will show you the performance of this phone as far as casual and heavy end gaming is concerned. Now we have been playing Temple Run Oozed for the past 5 minutes on this device, and this device is handling this game pretty effectively. Without any issues, I can play this game on this phone. Touchscreen is responsive, graphics are also fine, there is no problem with the graphics. I can see the shadow of the player as well, and when I tilt the phone like this while gaming, the display has pretty good viewing angle, so I can see the display even when I hold the phone like this. So you can play this game without any issues on this device. As you can see, there is no problem with graphics and there is no problem with the touchscreen response on this phone. Now we are playing this graphic intensive game called Asphalt 8, as you can see, and we are playing this game in high graphic mode. Until now, I cannot see any kind of lag on this device while playing this game. Graphics are rendered fine, there is no problem with the touchscreen. Controls on this device, sensors on the device are also working well, especially the accelerometer sensor. I can easily play this game on this device. And there is no problem with the game playback with this graphic intensive game. I can turn on the volume to full. And as you can see, you can play this game without any issues on this one. Everything is running quite smoothly on this phone. There is no problem with the touchscreen controls, there is no problem with the graphics, and I can easily play this game on this phone. So you can play this game in high graphic mode without any issues. This is something which I can say. There is slight amount of frame drops which happen when I especially have the graphics running at a high speed, but again you can play this game without much of an issue on this phone, which is more important. So the game is actually playable with this much amount of graphics being rendered. You can always play this game better if you run it in medium graphic mode. In high graphic mode, you can see slight amount of frame drop and fluttering of the graphics, but with medium graphics there is no issue at all. We are playing a high definition video from our channel, and this video is getting played at what resolution? High definition, as you can see. So it is getting played at high definition. You can play high definition videos on this device both at 720p as well as at 1080p. The loudspeaker on the device is fairly loud. So the overall volume of sound which comes out from the loudspeaker does get muffled a bit when you place the device like this flat on its back on a surface, on a flat surface. It will get muffled, it will not get blocked completely, and the loudspeaker is fairly loud, but you may accidentally cover it with your hand at times, and this could happen to you. As far as viewing angles are concerned, I can play the video again to show you the viewing angles, and here we have the video. And when it comes to viewing angles are pretty good on this device. You can see the display from almost any angle without any issues. So the display quality is good. It is an IPS LCD display, and the color production of the display is also good. You might notice slight amount of color fading happening, but you can see the display from almost all the angles without much of an issue. As far as display clarity is concerned, the display clarity is good enough. It is a 720p display. You will not notice any pixelation on this display most of the time unless you open a document which has large amount of text. There is no problem in day-to-day usage as far as display clarity is concerned. These are all the applications which you will get pre-installed. You will get some additional application like Ask Me, Battery Doctor, which will come pre-installed. You have an additional camera application as well apart from the default Google camera application. You also have File Manager, and as far as File Manager is concerned, you can use it to browse the contents on your SD card which you would like to insert, but OTG is not supported. So even if you connect a flash drive, you will not be able to browse the contents of the flash drive using the File Explorer. But you do have other applications like OLX, Opera Mini, which are coming pre-installed. Opera Mini is a pretty good browser you can use in case you would like to use it for data compression. You have other options over there which include some Google application, you have Yahoo application, and all these pre-installed applications is something which you cannot get rid of. You cannot uninstall these applications. You can always disable them, but you cannot get rid of them. As far as battery backup goes, you can get around 1 day of battery backup with this phone with basic to moderate usage. In case you are a heavy user, then you will not get 1 day of battery backup. The overall battery backup from this phone which we got was around 1 day. After using it for approximately 24 hours, I did not face any issues. But if you play games a lot or if you watch videos a lot, then in that case it will not give you 1 day of battery backup. With continued usage, you will get around 3 to 4 hours of battery backup from this phone if you use this phone continuously for video watching or for game playback. So that's all from us as far as the quick unboxing and full review of the Spice Stellar 520N. Do let us know if you have any specific question for this device. We would love to help you. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.